The agricultural sector continues to be the most important sector in Uganda, employing approximately 72% of the population and contributing 32% of the gross domestic product. According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, UBOS, rural women smallholder farmers provide 87% of the labor in the agricultural sector in the country. Despite their critical role in agriculture, rural women continue to face a number of challenges that limit their effective participation and benefit in trade and value chains.
When you look at international, regional, and domestic trade and value chains, these have been recognized as very critical engines for ensuring that developing countries achieve sustainable development goals. However, we find that many of these global trade and value chain processes have not created opportunities for everyone to effectively participate and benefit in these processes. For example, we find that women especially, and especially women at the grassroots level, many of these being rural smallholder farmers, they have not effectively participated and benefited from the trade and value chain processes at all levels. Many times women are isolated in the production stage of the value chain, where they do a lot of work in terms of preparing the land, growing crops, harvesting, and so forth. Basically, they do a lot of work in the production stage, which many times we find not to be very beneficial, in the sense that women do not get a lot of financial benefit from this work. Yet, they put in a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of resources, but the benefits at the end of the day are very limited for women. However, when you look at the post-production stages of the value chains, of trade and value chains, for example, processing, marketing, value addition, and consumption itself, we see that in those stages, women are very limited in their participation and benefit. Because of a number of challenges, women are not able to effectively participate and benefit from this value chain. And this limitation really ties women in the cycle of poverty.
Over the years, I've noted that grassroots women have a number of challenges. These include lack of capital and the incentives that can help them to be more productive than what they are now. These women also lack some skilled knowledge, especially in value addition, that they need to have. They also have a challenge of fake agricultural inputs. Whenever they are planting, they buy these agricultural inputs, which are very expensive, but at the end of the day, some of these do not germinate.
International and domestic agriculture trade and value chains are recognized as potential crucial engines for developing countries to achieve sustainable development goals. Grassroots rural women play a very critical role in agricultural value chain processes from pre-production and production stages. However, their stories are a testament to the resilience they face in driving sustainable agricultural development.
We have limited access to finances. You find that as ladies, you may need money from any financial institution, but those financial institutions will need something as security. We have not yet got something valuable that can act as security in those financial institutions. Two, we have limited market. Because we produce our goods on smaller scale, we cannot get people to take those things. People who have market will only tell you that we want things in tons, but we have not reached that level of producing things in tons. So we find that our markets are limited.
Ekizibu kye tufuna ffe abakyala ba grassroots women oba balulo women bwe tubeera mu kitima ebyo ebiwaffe wansi, abaami baffe tebatukkiriza kukola bintu biwangalira ku ttaka, ate tobeera na bwannannyini. Buli lwamugamba nti kankoleko ka bizinesi akawangalira ku ttaka kuno, kubanga bwe tusimba tulina okusimba emiti okuma obutonde, naye bw'ogamba okusimba omuti nti ogwo omuti gwenda kukaddiya ettaka lyange olivaawo ddi, kubanga gwagenda okuvaawo enkya. Ekyokubiri, tolina ky'otunda, ne bw'olunda akakoko, ne bw'olunda akabuzi, n'omugamba ati munnange oba nina ekizibu njagala okufuna akabuzi kange, embuzi yange togikwatako.
Nze Adongo Josephine, omukazi owa wansi eyo, ate nga mulimi. Ife ng'abakyala tulina ekizibu ekyo. omuzungu kyayeta nti co-economy. Bana tukola nnyo, twazaala, twalabirira abaana, twalabirira n'abasaadde abeena abo. Twaboneka nti emmere eri mu nnumba kulwokuba abasaadde abatulekawo. Buli kintu yakobera iwe omukazi. Kati n'ebiseera ebinatyamawo omuntu ndikuwaayo inno ebiseera byange okukola ku value addition okwongera omutindo ku kintu ekyo kye ndikwenda mbanzira.
To contribute to the mitigation of the above challenges and in order to promote inclusive and sustainable agriculture trade and value chains, Huairou Commission members in Uganda, including UCOBAC, together with other grassroots women-led organizations in Uganda, facilitated under the OXFAM Novib Fair for All Power of Voices partnerships, are contributing to more inclusive and sustainable trade and value chains that are fair for all.
One, we need to do more advocacy for these women. They need to believe in themselves that they can do more than what they are doing. Two, they also need to be supported, especially with capital, which they can invest such that they gain more when they go at the international level. They also need some skills enhancement, for example, in value addition, also post-harvest handling, to improve on what they are doing. Then they will also need to apply some appropriate technology, which is not too advanced and not too backward, to help them at least participate in value addition, such that their products gain more and they can gain more prices out of it.
We usually involve the men so that they come and see what these women are doing. And then we also encourage these women to be able to work together in their families. They are working together to see that these women are empowered so that they can own land. Through the different activities they are doing, they are adding value to the products that we're teaching them, like cassava. They can be able to save and be able to own land.
The project has had a significant and positive impact on the women involved in agricultural value chains.
Ntwala omukisa guno kansokera yala okwebaza mukama waife mama UCOBAC Madam Susan, nebaza mukama waife Madam Doreen, singati bali nibo ngoli tutufana iyo mumbona wetu nekeire abakyala bali okuleka grassroots women nabani nange. But for today only, if we go to
in our group, we grow cassava, and on this cassava, we were taught by UCOBAC and SWID to add value on our cassava in order to participate in the value addition chain. So with our cassava, we were told cassava needs proper storage, proper harvest, and under harvesting, we keep our cassava very clean by using tap lines. While drying, when storing, we store it in a very good place and safe place, which is free from dust and too much heat. When we're taught about very many values of cassava, such as when you add value cassava, you can get very many things from cassava. Our cassava, we can make chips, these chips of just slicing. We can make recipes, we can make flour, we can make cakes, we make donuts, and so many other products from our cassava. So we find that this process of adding value has enabled us to get more money than we used to get long ago.
On October 26th this year, UCOBAC, together with other grassroots women-led organizations in Uganda, with funding from the Huairou Commission and OXFAM Novib, held an event in Jinja District to commemorate the International Day of Rural Women, marked on October 15th, to appreciate the contribution of rural women in food security and livelihood enhancement under the theme Financing for Rural Women's Empowerment. Government acknowledges that whereas there are challenges limiting grassroots women's participation, contribution and benefit in agricultural value chains, they are committed to their financial empowerment to ensure improved and adequate food supply to all.
The truth is that there may be some kind of support, but not the rural women. In fact, the support that is there is always to people who are able, who can be able to move to Kampala for that kind. So the truth is that the rural women, there is little that we've done. But we've done some kind of work. Of course, at times we provide seed, we provide some kind of training, but it's not enough. Because at the end, they are not all that. We don't empower them as women. We do it as a household, of which household there is a man. So at times when they do well, this kind of support that we give it as a household is taken over by the husbands and other family members.
As government, we really come in. There are opportunities that these women can tap on. One of the opportunities is that we are strengthening the inspection and certification department through the Ministry of Agriculture. We have a full department of crop inspection and certification, which is charged by ensuring that all agro input dealers in the markets, they are selling good and genuine seed. I want to encourage our women that as they go to these shops to buy these inputs, let them ensure that they are given receipts such that they are able to follow up. And in case they discover that they are counterfeits, they can report through their sub-counter agriculture officers, and we shall take up the cases.
The Fair for All project that we are engaged in as UCOBAC and also with other partners is basically aimed at strengthening the voice of grassroots women, their capacity to be able to participate and benefit in trade and value chain processes at the local level, but also at the regional and international level. And therefore, we are engaged in a number of interventions that are aimed at mobilizing grassroots women at the local level, especially the rural farmers, so that they are able to voice and advocate for fair policies, for fair practices that will ensure that there is sustainable and inclusive trade and value chains, because they know what they want, they know the challenges that they are facing. So this project is really mobilizing and organizing grassroots women at the local level to be able to voice their priorities, to voice their challenges, and to call for action in ways that will ensure that they effectively participate and benefit from the trade and value chains. We also work to strengthen their capacities, for example, in value addition, in advocacy, in leadership, so that then they are empowered to be able to make the change that they want to see. With all this, basically what we want to see is to have inclusive and sustainable trade and value chain processes at the local level, at the regional level, and also at the international level. Processes that ensure that women, the majority of them being rural farmers, that they are able to participate, to benefit in the trade and value chain processes.
It is time for a brighter, more inclusive future in Uganda where good food is enjoyed by all and rural women thrive. Together, we can create that enabling environment that is fair for all.